Hey everyone, I'm Norn Queen Alexis, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome, Kovu. Hi, Kovu. How you doing, buddy? You on your favorite shoe? Yes, you are. Today, we are taking a look at my Genestealer Cult army. This is well over 3,000 points of Genestealer Cult, and this particular cult is called the Cult of the Kraken Tooth, which is the same as the hive fleet that I use, the Kraken Tooth. So this army is interesting because you have some of my old paint jobs in here, some of my newer paint jobs in here, some of my good paint jobs, and some terrible ones. This army is one of the older armies that I still have that I have yet to repaint, and I desperately need to repaint it. It looks bad. But this looks good. I like this. It looks very clean, very organized, very unique. Actually kind of reminds me of what happened to McDonald's. Like, this is the colorful and fun McDonald's, and this is the industrial garbage that we have today. Oh, suddenly I don't want to repaint this. It's kind of, I just scared myself a little bit. Anyway, the Genestealer Cult and why you should collect them. Genestealer Cult are very fun, very thematic, and very much a more crazy army that most Imperial planets are just not prepared for, because half the time they think these guys are on their side, and then they, just usurp them and start building a giant spaceship that attracts a Tyranid hive mind. That exists. That is lore. That is in the 7th edition or 8th edition Tyranid Codex. They harvest biomass and build a bioship in space, which then creates a kind of psychic wormhole that pulls the Tyranids to their planet so that the Tyranids can devour the planet, and that's how Tyranids fly faster than light. I hate that lore so much. I like the idea that Tyranids can't fly faster than light. Like, there are just so many of them out there that just remain dormant and just fly through space and then are guided by psychic signatures, and that's where they go. I like that way more than them just having psychic wormhole made by cults harvesting biomass that somehow the Inquisition doesn't stop. Because that's stupid. But then again, it is 40k, and 40k's lore is oftentimes stupid. But anyway, I digress. The Genestealer Cult on tabletop is very tricky, and when everything has to work together to make the plan work so that they can usurp their leaders, destroy the planet, and make it ready for the Tyranids to invade, or their star gods to invade. Very Cthulhu-esque, and I kind of like that. So where do we start with this army? Well, let's start with the cars. These cars are what really kind of sold me on the Genestealer Cult. I really like the idea that they just take regular vehicles and utility vehicles and just run them into battle with motorcycles that they ramshackle together with weapons that are more akin to pipe and Uzis. I think there are actual Uzis in this army, which is really funny. They have shotguns, and they're not well equipped, but they have the numbers on their side to make them scary. The vehicles themselves come equipped with 3 different weapons: a mining laser, a mortar, and a pile of garbage. So if you're not taking the mining laser or the mortar, you're pretty much wasting your time with them. I have 11 cars now. If you noticed, these are the newer versions of these cars, and they are a lot bigger. These are super ugly. These are the Forge World Tauros Venator, I think they're called. And originally I thought they would be the same size as this car, and I was like, yeah, that'll look great. And they kind of just are resin piles of garbage. But then GW made these ones, which are the plastic ones from Necromunda. So I incorporated 2 of those into this army, but I wanted them to be purple like my guard. I might switch up their vehicles to be purple so that it matches more with my Imperial Guard world that they're trying to take over. I kind of like the blue bikes. I just like it. I want to switch their primary color of this red to white, like these ones over here. where they look scarier in the cleaner cloaks, if that makes sense. So I have a bunch of cars. Originally, I had 9-car list, and that was really, really, really fun when they first came out. And then Genestealer Cult got nerfed. So then I switched away from that into getting all these bikes. And then GW made them worse. So then I switched it up to get all these Genestealers. Then GW made them worse. Then I switched it up and got all these humans, because they can keep coming back. And then GW made it worse. I don't have enough of these guys right now, but I'm sure GW is going to make it worse. I tried doing Muscle Beach. Then GW made it worse. This army is it's the Eldar equivalent army, in my opinion. This army is just like Eldar. Because if they try to buff it, it becomes way too strong and goes out of control. And if they nerf it, it's completely useless, just like the Eldar. It's either a really good army or just horrid garbage. But I love it. I absolutely love this army. It's very, very unique. It fits a niche in the Warhammer world where actually it fits the exact niche that Eldar fit. It's basically Eldar. It's like cooler Eldar with more choices. But Eldar don't have suicide bombers, so I guess that's something. Or half-naked men that are grotesque and, run at you. By the way, remember what I said in my Repentia video? Half-naked people running around with big-ass weapons? Yeah, there's another unit of them. It's very awkward that GW makes units that are half-naked, really good in combat, and for some reason, one of the tankiest units in the entire game. They did it with Repentia, they did it with them. Ogrins sometimes don't wear clothing. God, can you imagine trying to be the person that tells an Ogrin to get dressed in the morning? Oh wait, that would be their handler, and they love their handler. Okay, never mind, that might be easier. Never kill an Ogrin handler. So yeah, let's talk more about the army. So I've converted a bunch of characters for this army to give it a very unique look, like this converted commissar. These are just the Maguses, one with hair, one without. This one was painted by my buddy Han, and it looks absolutely fantastic aside from all the dust on it. This one looks kind of like garbage. I don't really like that one. This one is also not, the Reductus Saboteur is not converted, but I do have a converted Reductus Saboteur right there. So they're very easy to convert. This is a converted Kilomorph. That is the Kilomorph. We have the Banner Bearer. We have 3 Sanctuses converted from the old Space Marine scout kit with sniper rifles. Then we have Nexuses back there, converted with Tau drones and just a dude standing there. So this army is very cheap if you want to just do a lot of conversions to get the characters. You just need to buy a box of these guys and you can make most of the characters. It's not very hard. You just need some 32 mil bases. Like one of these with a staff, boom, you have a Magus. One of these holding their rifle while holding something up, boom, Primus. One of these guys holding a bigger banner, boom, that guy. One of these guys where you put 3 guns on him, boom, Nexus, or Kilomorph. Really easy to convert up the characters, so you don't need to spend much on this army. The thing that's going to kill you is the sheer amount of models you're going to need. So I highly, highly recommend you convert the characters to try to save a little bit of money. So here I have 6 different troop choices of the Neophyte hybrids. They all have mining lasers and the grenade launcher, but I say that it's a web grenade, so they're shooting the webbers, because I took all of their webbers and gave them to my sisters as silence. But yeah. And even some of their weapons are converted. Of course, I find the ones that are not. I pick up the 8 that are not converted. Here we go. We got this one, which is just a heavy bolter with some stuff plastered onto it. Kind of like Luda's, like almost humanish orcs. This one has a plasma on it. And again, another heavy... No, this is a heavy stubber. This one right here has a weapon from the AdMech. Let's see. Nope, that's it. but just lots of conversions in there to give it more of this industrial feel. I have, wait, is it 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6. 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 6. I'm dumb. Why am I so dumb? I have a big blob of the acolyte hybrids. I have to convert a bunch to have bombs. Right now I have some that have power fists on them. You can see it right there. Those used to be the power weapons that they used to wield. And then GW made those incredibly useless. And now they jump up and bomb things. I have one allied in unit of guard, but it's these guys. They're mounted with their heavier weapons. Then I have the trucks here. I do want to get these purple again. I think they would look really cool in the purple. But I do like this color. Do you think I should change it? Like, look at those highlights. They're so bad. I got so much better at painting. But I have 3 of the trucks. These trucks are really good. They can let these guys shoot out of them, and I usually shoot 4 mining lasers out of them. And they just become gunboats. I have a big blob of Genestealers, and that's pretty much it. The army is pretty simple. There really isn't much I want to add to this army, aside from a 3rd one of those, maybe 2 to 3 more of these. And a couple more units of these so I can repaint them. I think one more box of neophytes is needed so I can get that squad up to 20. And then I have the full amount of neophytes that I need. I might get, let's see, do I need anything else for this list? I guess I can get some rock grinders, but I never use them. I just like the Goliath truck. I think it's good. Like, overall, there isn't much to say about this army because, like the Eldar, it doesn't have too many options. It just has combos upon combos in there. And I really enjoy it. It's a very fun army. It's a very hard army to learn. Like, this is not a beginner-friendly army. For that, you want, like, Primaris Space Marines. What other army is good for beginners? So Primaris Space Marines. And the rest of the armies are kind of just all over the place right now. I guess Guard if you do just tanks. But yeah. Overall, I want your guys' opinion. Should I repaint a lot of this stuff? Or should I just leave it as is and keep it as a way of looking back at my old paint jobs and seeing where I've come? Tell me in the comments down below. Also, if check out the description, you can check out my Patreon and support the channel. As always, I'm Norn Queen Alexis. I love you guys. Bye.